Hi everybody, I am doing the part of the review on the V8S studio system. The minions are missing in this one, so we're going to go through and I'm going to show you uh, what this thing is supposed to do and what it does do, or maybe try to explain that. I got a hold of the seller, sent him a video clip of what was going on with it. They sent me an email back and said that it was defective, fill out a return form, and they'd refund my money. And so I sent them an email back asking who's paying for shipping and all this. And I went ahead while I was waiting and filled out the return form. And by the time I got done with that, later in the evening, I seen that they had sent me a refund on it and sent me an email, said, don't ship it back, just keep it. We refunded your money. Sorry about the inconvenience. So I got to give a big shout out to eToner Inc. is an eBay seller name. Uh, Really good customer service. I mean, they were on the ball as soon as I contacted them. They got right back with me. So really thumbs up for them. So right now, I am recording off this thing. And I'm going to be, I already have a review video up on these, but I found some issues that I am testing on this right now. And I will be doing an updated video on this as well. But for right now, let's get to the task at hand with this studio box. As you can see, I have the overhead camera looking at it there. It is off right now, so I'll have to turn it on and I'll have to set OBS up to record through it instead of through this. Okay, before we get too deep into it, I'm going to show you the ports on the back of this. You have a 1/4-inch port here for dynamic mic. Then you have a 3.5 millimeter for capacitor mic, a 3.5 millimeter for headset. That's for if you like, I think if you have earbuds with a microphone or headphones with a microphone, that's what you'd use that one for. You have a 3.5-inch or 3.5 millimeter input for earphone, USB for computer. Plug that one into USB a computer. It comes with the cords as you see in the unboxing, and you can run your microphone through it. That's how I had to hook it up to the computer to get it to work. You also have a charging port that also plugs in the computer to charge it. I have actually got an extra cord and run them both at the same time, but you got to have a few charging or a few USB ports on your computer because you eat them up pretty quick. You have a USB accompaniment. I guess you plug in something in there for music if you want to sing with music, or maybe music you want to play a guitar with or something like that. You have a number 2 live telecast and a number 1 live telecast, both USB. I don't know exactly what those are, purpose of them are. I guess maybe to if you're got a phone in, maybe you're running a live stream, you can have USB hooked to your smartphone and run live phone calls in, or live events or music, something like that. It's what I'm guessing. I don't know. Because the instructions, if you've seen them in the unboxing, are terrible on this thing. So now let's get into the buttons and controls on this thing. So let's turn it on. Okay, powering on. My lights over there. Okay, I should be recording through this here now. Turn the volume up there a little bit. So the sound you're hearing now is coming through this microphone and through this box. I did find out that you have to be right on top of this thing to get any output from it. Like right now, I'm almost touching it, and I can see my meter is not even going up in yellow. So I'll probably have to boost the sound of this when I edit the video, so you'll be able to hear me. So that's one problem I found with this microphone, and I don't know if it could be in the box, because if I plug this microphone directly into my computer, the sound level does bump up, usable. So I think it's in this box. So, of course, we got your standard volume button, turns the mic up and down. Echo, if you can hear it now, it's probably about halfway, all the way, and echo is off. The bass, you bass all the way down, bass all the way up. That's the first time I've heard it really make a difference for me there. Then, of course, treble all the way down and treble all the way up. So I'm going to leave both these right about the center there, just a little touch more bass for my voice. This slider here turns on the sound effects volume. It's the volume for the sound effects. The center one is tone. I'm going to set it in the middle. I don't know if that affects me here or not, because that's all the way up. That's all the way down. That's middle. I think that's probably for one of the other ports. If you plug something into it with music or Bluetooth music through this, I think it works for that. Monitor here depends on how you have it set up. That can cause a lot of feedback issues. So most of the time, I just keep monitor down there like that. Of course, then you have voice here. This is marked tape. So if you turn that all the way down, so turning tape all the way down also turns your mic all the way down. So you don't want to do that. You always want tape. I run it full blast all the time. And the next one is music. So if you're running music into one of the ports in the back through Bluetooth, phone, whatever, that will control the volume of that. Next off, we have what's called, it's marked electric, and this is a function I was not aware this had. I never seen it, any other YouTubers mention it, but if you push this button once, it's auto tune. So I just heard in my ear it said C major, and it probably just changed my voice. So now it says D major, so I guess it's trying to auto tune my voice. Hold the button down. It says turn off auto tune is what I hear in my ear. I don't think you are hearing it through this box. Next button over is voice change. Okay, this button, push it once, you get a male voice, and you use
I believe, yeah,
this slider here
in the center.
is a voice. I did notice, I'll get back to that. Push it again. Whoops.
This is female voice.
Go low.
You can go high.
And you can go middle. Push it again.
You get children's voice. So
You can go low for like
a little kid. Or you can go high for another little kid. Back to center.
Push it again, and you get monster tone. Monster tone. Okay. Okay, so that's lowest. That's the highest. And that's middle.
So I turned off voice change, hold it down, turn off voice change. And what I wanted to say while I was doing that, if you operate this slider while you're talking in any of those modes, it will break up. Like the slider's got bad spots in it or something, or maybe it's in the electronics, but you can't talk and slide that at the same time because it'll cut your voice in and out. Okay, so the next button over is vocal cut, is what I hear in my ear, vocal cut. I have not tried this out. Okay, turn off. Vocal cut is if you're playing music, hit vocal cut, and it will lower the voice in that music so you could sing in place of the voice that's in the music. It doesn't totally get rid of the voice, but it drops it way, way down there where you can barely hear it. That's what elimination mode does, the third button over here. Next button over is professional. This is studio mode. And that's what I hear here is studio mode. And now I hear echo, which lately it's been doing that. I don't know why. But I can go all the way up on the echo and go all the way back, and it gets rid of that echo. So something about when you first turn that on, it doing that. I don't know why. But it's supposed to make me sound like I'm in a studio spinning 45 cassette tapes on a CD player. If you find one of those CD players that does that, let me know. Okay, so we'll turn that off. So back to original sound mode. Next button over, we have sing. And what you hear in your ear is KTV mode. That I guess enhances it for your singing voice. So if you want to sing, it got filters for that apparently. Don't know for sure. Okay, so back to original, and the next one says dodge voice priority is when say you got music coming in and you talk, it'll keep your voice level above everything else. It'll drop the music level or whatever so your voice can be heard. So I think I turned that off, did I, or did I not? Yes, you see the light's on, it's on. Tap it again, here, turn off voice priority. The next one is monitor. And this is one that kind of confuses me. So when I push that, then it says turn off internal recording. I didn't know there was any internal recording on this. I've never seen anybody mention that. Nothing. There's not really much of a manual to this thing at all. If you've seen the boxing, you'll know the manual's pretty much non-existent. And I have not seen anybody say where this has voice recording. But I'll get to something later that affects it. Really kind of angers me too. So I don't need voice recording on, so I'm going to leave that off even though it lights up the light. So next, I don't know if that affected that because the monitor and voice recording, I don't know if they're interconnected somewhere or not. So the next button over, the last red button we see is MC. So that's supposed to make it sound like I am MC, a host giving out awards somewhere. Yay. Okay. And the echo does work with that. There's some modes here the echo does not work with. I'm not going to go through all of them. Okay, now we're going to get into the sound effects buttons. And here's where things get a little screwy. So this is supposed to be applause. Okay, so sounds like applause. Next one over is laughter. Next one over is despise, like you despise something, don't like it. Yeah. Next one is awkward. I don't quite get that as awkward, but whatever. Next one, shot. Next one is be careful.
Round one. Lady, go!
Don't really get that one either. Next one is fade. Go look at that button. Next one is fall in. And the last one in this row is leave. I gotta get that off my wire real quick. So leave. It says turn to original sound mode. I tap it, nothing. Tap it, nothing. Hold it down. It says ready to record. And it affects
round one.
That button.
Lady,
sometimes
go!
too. Sometimes it will cause this button to go out.
Thank you.
There. It got the sound effect. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what combination buttons, but it did get a sound effect that time. So I am going to leave that button alone because sometimes I can push it and it'll play back what I just said. So that kind of confusing because there's no instructions anywhere that tell you anything about that, how to use those buttons. So now the last row of buttons. This is laugh. Which does not sound like laugh to me. It sounds like applause to me, but that's what the button says. Next one is cheer. C-H-E-E-R, like you cheer for somebody. No. And my minions. This one is my minions. I wanted the minions.
I keep saying no. This can't be the way it was supposed to be. I keep saying no. There's gotta be a way to get you close to me. Now I know you gotta pick up if you want somebody.
So that's the length it plays. But that's not minions. And so that really is screwy. There's something not right with this box. It wasn't programmed right from the factory. Something, maybe somebody got into it and changed something, sent it back. I don't know. Next button we have is kiss. Kiss you? Yes, it says kiss you. So let's try this one. I ain't gonna go let it play all the way through it. Just, 15 seconds or so, just like the Minions one did. That's not Minions. Next one is Thief Layla. Sound like a certain video game to me. I don't know if that's what's supposed to be there, but that's what is. So, Thief Layla. Next one is, this one's called Together. Okay, sounds like an intro for BBC News or something like that to me. I don't know. And the very last button. Finally, we get to the last one. Yay! The last button says good game.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Some rock band. Can you feel it? Some rock band.
So that was it. That's all the buttons. The problem I had with this was apparently, you know, the buttons, a lot of them do not do what they were supposed to do. And there's some functions on here I didn't know existed, that there's no instructions or anything to tell you how to use those. Of course, the microphone here is, I should be staying close to that because I am going to have to bump this up in post, so you're going to be able to hear me, because I tested this out and the volume level is very, very low through this thing. It does have a port for a dynamic microphone. I do have a really nice dynamic microphone. It will not work for it. I might need a booster for the microphone, but I did, or a preamp for it. But I did plug it into an amplifier and run it through there, and it still didn't work. So this is defective. I got my money back on it. Thank you to eToner Inc. And you will be seeing a video next on this, or the next video you see on this setup will be, I'm going to open this box up. We're going to look inside it. And we're going to open this microphone up and look inside it. We're going to see what these are made of. I can tell you this much. Get that button off there. I don't know if the camera can even see that or not. I can't get a camera to focus on it, I don't think. Maybe this one will. A little bit better, but it's still not great. But anyway, they look like buttons that would come off a cheap toy that I got when I was a kid. Just real cheap plastic, real like a glob of plastic, basically, like we used to get when I was a kid. Like I used to get a car made in Japan, and all it was a piece of metal, not even shaped like a car, but it had the shape of a car painted on it. That's what that reminds me of. So, all right, so that's the good end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me get these the YouTube algorithm to notice me a little bit. I don't get many views, but I appreciate everyone I get. So hope this helps you out. If you're thinking about buying this one, maybe I discouraged you from wasting your money on it. It's still a fun toy to play with, but be aware anyway. So have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.